Let's go. Rich, episode 74 of By the Numbers.
Man.
What have we got? What are we doing tonight?
This week was a little rough. I'm just going to put it out there. We have, hold on. Let me look. I look at my notes. Sorry, my mind was blank.
I'm going to get the other one out. We have the American Society of Magical Negroes.
Yes,
because I knew Rich wouldn't get that all out.
A Family Affair. Secret.
The Secrets of the Neanderthals. Yeah.
One more shot. A Family Affair. A Movie Pass. And
Movie Pass MovieCrash. Yeah. All right. And we have a special guest tonight, but let's get it rolling. What do you say, bro?
Well, let's get him in here.
Yeah. Well, we'll do the intro first, then we'll get him in.
That's what I meant.
That's what you meant. All right, here we go. Faces for Radio in 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us as the Faces for Radio podcast presents By the Numbers. We take new releases in video, streaming, or on theater, as my dog just said. We watch them, we review them, we let you know our thoughts. I am your host, Dave, and my co-host is...
Rich. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, brother. You know, it's not a bad day. It's, you know,
we're above
it was 109 today, but it's, you know, once it got too hot, I just stayed inside. So... Except when I had to chase my dog a few minutes ago, and now he's barking to go back out. And I'm like, dude, it's 100, it's 105 now, and it's 6:30.
So temperature it usually is in the warehouse when I work. It's about if it's a 90 out, 95 out, it's probably about 110 in the warehouse.
Yeah, because when you get when you get that hot breeze, you know, when you open an oven and that heat just hit you in the face. That's what it feels like when you walk outside.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, it sucks. And
you ran in it, so.
And I ran in it chasing after a dog who's basically half my body weight. So, and that's saying a lot. This dog is crazy, and he runs like 40 miles an hour. So it was like just basically trying to cut him off and get him hooked up. Oh no. My wife should have been recording. I should have been laughing her ass off.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just running back and forth. Apparently that's called the zoomies, which my pit bull has, where, oh my goodness, if you like say his name or throw a toy or something, he just goes crazy, running all over the place. And it's hard to keep him wrangled in. Speaking of keeping someone wrangled in, let's bring out our special guest, returning champion
of the movie community.
Yeah. We're returning champion because I'm going to say this year he has been the champion of guests on By the Numbers because he came in and did a 10 movie spot. He didn't have to. He did 10 movies with us. So let's bring him back out. Our very own, a magician in his own right, Jay Manley. Welcome back to the Faces for Radio podcast, brother.
Howdy.
What's going on, man?
Are you trying to say I'm a magical Negro here or something?
I'm just there's definitely some magic going on, man. But it has nothing to do with race. Once you said something about chicken rub and rib rub, and I mean, I'm my mouth is drooling. I'm ready for food porn, bro. I'm just like, dude, I will film that live on Instagram just so you can see me cooking with your chicken rub.
Yeah, I'll hook you up when you're ready for it. I'll send.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait to try it.
I gotta still send some over to New Jersey for Alex. I told him I send him some more rub. So
shout out to Alex
Awesome.
of Geeks of Face.
Awesome.
so
Yeah.
so I want
Alex,
to thank you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
no, it's great. It's great to have you back on the show. And I'm saying, without a doubt, you have been, the biggest, our biggest contributor this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate this.
No, you're welcome back on as many times as you want, my friend. Because
nice.
it's really fun having the conversations with you. And you got the Batman shirt. You both got Batman shirts. You guys don't tell me about your coordination. What the fuck is going on?
You guys planned.
You guys. No, there's some kind of secret discussion going on because that's happened before.
Who was it last time?
And I'm always the odd person out. It happened. It wasn't with Nate.
Hey, if you want to go change real quick, we'll let you. We can wait.
Yeah, we'll wait.
No, I'm not. I don't have a Batman shirt. But I have a Justice League shirt. I don't have a Batman shirt. Actually, no, I do have a Batman shirt, but it's long sleeve and it's 105, so I'm not wearing long sleeve. In the wintertime, let's do Batman shirts in the wintertime. I'll be down for that. But yeah, we got to coordinate because no, it's not. Nobody's talking to me about the wardrobe. So
I don't understand. I just grabbed something.
Dude, I know, but that happened before. You were matching with our guest.
Who was it? I don't remember.
I can't remember who it was. Was it? I think it might have been Nate. I don't think it was Nate. Who did we have before Nate?
I don't remember. I think it was Nate.
I'm thinking it was Nate. Nate's popping into my mind, but
and
not just because we're
blue Batman.
But yeah, it was so funny because I was like, you guys are coordinated, and it happened again where you matched the guest. No, you guys are doing something, and I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. But while we do that, might have been Dell.
It was Dell.
It was Dell.
It was Dell. It was.
I'm like, it was somebody recently. Yeah, it was Dell. But yeah, Caveman, you were in the house, my friend, and yes, you were the first one here. You get the cookie, and I brought sugar cookies this time.
Ooh. Oh, those look good.
So that's for you. It's good to have you on.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Hit the like button for Sexy J. That's right.
Sexy J.
And there's my new friend Prince from the Philippines. He was joined me on Corey's channel on Wilkie's Movies and Music, where we discussed. Stream. It was a great stream. We had a lot of fun. We talked for like 3.5 hours, and we did a review of Big Trouble in Little China, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love it. And we just talked about all kinds of stuff. And Prince came in with just a plethora of questions. And then he found out that I have a Filipino wife. So then it got to talking about traditions and food and culture and all kinds of stuff. And it was just an amazing conversation. So Prince, it's good to see you.
Oh, thanks for being here, Prince.
I don't know who that guy is, but welcome Jay Manley, whoever that guy is. But
who is that guy?
Who is that guy? Yep. Hey, glad to be here for the very start. Yeah, it's glad to have you here. Miss Caveman is in the house. What is up? Holland is in the house. Nate is here. Love it. Mama Doe is here. Jeff's mom.
Mama Doe.
Thank you so much.
Having a good day too.
Hey,
y'all should have picked movies Rich can pronounce. Then we'd never have a movie done, dude. We'd never get any movies done, bro.
We're not even 10 minutes in, and Nate's on my balls.
Yep. Nate's right on your sack, bro.
Yeah. Not even 10 minutes in.
That's the call. Look, I am not going to butcher that by pronouncing that, but yep. And then Prince has introduced himself to Rich. Hot oven air sounds like Florida from April to November, right? It's the same thing here too. Dave is all rubbed out. Hey now.
Oh wow.
Pretty sure I'm craving for synagogue. Oh yeah, I get you. It was
Yeah, it
Dell
was
you
Dell.
matched with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dell sounds right. Yeah. Everybody's in agreement. Tiana, what is up,
What's
Tiana?
up,
It's good to
Tiana?
see
Hey
you.
Tiana, how you
Good to
doing?
see you. We might have Tiana.
It's good to see everybody in the chat this evening.
Yeah, I love seeing this in
Dell
the chat.
Nate, Jane,
Everybody saying hey to everybody.
Colin,
Loving this.
Caveman.
Yeah, we've got 12 people on live with us.
Appreciate it.
So glad to see that. So Jay, I got briefly that this was a rough week for Rich. How did you feel as a whole? We're not going to talk about specific movies yet, but as a whole, what did you think about this group of movies, Jay? Okay, that answers my question. We're gonna move on.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It was a mixed bag. Let's say a mixed bag of nuts. Let's put it that way.
It's it's that bag of mixed nuts where it says that less than 50% are peanuts, but it's really not, right? So it ends up being like 75% peanuts, and you get a cashew every once in a while. That's kind of what this was.
Yeah.
Now I can say that I didn't especially hate any movie that was out this week. But aside from one, there was one that I really liked, and there was one that I'm really shocked. I got a higher score than Rich, and I have no idea how that happened because it is not my genre. It's not a genre that I like. And I was like, oh, Rich is going to love this. And I got the scores, and I'm like, oh shit, I got the highest score of this movie. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what happened, but maybe that's because I don't like that type of movie, and that kind of appealed to me more than it did Rich, who loves that stuff.
And I'll tell you something else. I was kind of pleasantly surprised on one of the movies that we'll talk about that I actually truly enjoyed. So we'll get to that when we get to that movie. We'll discuss that. But
yeah, we'll discuss that.
It was a little bit better than I thought it was going to be. Well, you'll see.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, on the surface, on paper, this list looks horrible.
It is horrible.
and yeah, Rich can confirm it, but I was actually pleasantly surprised by, I think by 3 of them.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying I gave them all great scores, but like there were a couple. There was one that I really liked, and there were a couple that I was like, okay, that turned out better than I thought. Because I was afraid to watch it, and then I was like, okay, that's not bad. I do want to let you guys know that we are back live on Facebook. I've basically abandoned the Instagram thing because usually people see us on Instagram and then just jump right over to YouTube. So we are back live on Facebook, and we got a like on Facebook from my son Eric. So thank you, son. I love you.
Thank you.
And now we're at 15 live.
Thank you, guys.
So glad to see you guys all here. Well, let's get started. So we have 5 movies that we watched. We watched them, we reviewed them, we did my cockamamie scoring system, and then I took the average, did all the math naked in a beanbag chair eating Cheetos, because that's how I love rubbing something out, is when I'm doing math. So I'm really looking forward to the 17th if it pans out. But anyway, so I took the average of the 3 of us because of our honored guest with us this evening. So, Jay, I'm going to ask you first because I ranked them 5-1. Which movie of these 5 do you think got the worst score of the 3 of us? Average score.
I'm going to have to go with Family Affair.
No.
Okay. That's an interesting pick. Okay. So Nate's seen 2.5 of these. And then oddly enough, I turned off Family Affair because I was not enjoying it.
That's what I wanted to do.
Okay. Caveman asks Jay, does Rich's balls hang low? Oh, I am not singing that damn song. You bastard.
Why would I want to know about Rich's balls, man?
I don't know, man. What's up,
Hey,
Steve?
man.
Steve is on
Steve,
early
man?
this time. Good to
He's
see you, my
on
friend.
I'm gonna
Love
go.
it. I love how you guys are saying hi to each other. It's amazing. Makes me feel good. I've only seen one more shot, and the cliffhanger got me confused. Oh yeah, we're gonna get
Yeah.
into that in a second. All right, so Jay thinks A Family Affair was the lowest score. Rich, what do you think?
One more shot, because that shit was terrible.
Okay,
It has to be one more shot.
our number. I so wish, like I did to you last week, I wanted to bring up something that you liked, but there was really nothing that you liked. So, so yeah, our number 5 movie this week, you guys, is One More Shot.
Wow.
And
This
I'm
movie
gonna
was fucking terrible.
I'm gonna move Jay so everybody can see his face instead of mine. So One More Shot. This is on Netflix right now, you guys. So you don't have to pay for it if you don't want to. And according to Rich, you don't have to
Yeah.
watch it if you don't
This
want
was
to.
bad
this.
too. I'm not gonna lie, this was bad too. But
Yeah, this was terrible.
So I'm gonna and this is for Prince because Prince. This is the one that Prince watched. It says following the attack on the black site in Poland, Navy SEAL Jake Harris is ordered to escort terrorist suspect Amin Mansour to Washington D.C. for interrogation. Okay, let's discuss.
I have a lot of questions.
This was my pick.
Did you see
I think
the
it was
first
my
one?
pick.
It was.
I think this was my pick.
Yeah.
Did you see the first one?
Okay, see, this is my question because
What?
I'm like, there's gotta be a first one, right? This seemed like a sequel to me.
It's
on
like you were
Hulu.
thrown right in.
It's on Hulu.
Okay. It's on. Okay. So there's a first movie on Hulu. This is where it fucked me up because I was like, okay, I'm missing something out of this whole beginning. I have no idea what the hell's going on. It felt like this was a sequel and I should have watched the first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Now
okay.
it
So
makes a
Jay,
lot
the
of
first
sense.
movie is on Hulu, you said?
Yes.
What's it called?
Here, it's called.
And-
it's called One Shot.
It's
Then
called
this
One
is
Shot.
One More-
Okay. It's One Shot. And then the sequel is One More Shot. Okay. So Prince
It's
can
supposed-
confirm, yes, it's a sequel. Thank you, my friend.
And then
wow.
it's supposed to be. The idea is supposed to be a trilogy because, and you know why? We can't really. I don't want to give too much of the plot, but how do we say this? Didn't the movie? I guess I could say it. They left us with a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, they left it open.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
he says it right here.
Yeah.
Prince says it right there. And a cliffhanger. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So and he says, "Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Scotty Atkins. One final shot incoming. So
Yeah.
it is going to be a trilogy. One final shot will be the third movie.
Yeah.
And we will not be discussing it on by the numbers.
Caveman has watched
That's it.
4.5 of these. Okay,
There should be
you guys you're getting
It
closer.
should be called One More Shit. I mean, that's what it should be called. So.
One more turd one more turd that can't flush, and that's
Yeah.
Virgo Monkey. What is up? It looks
What's
so
up?
action packed, and that's one thing I will say. There is action in here.
But
And they do a lot of these long shot shaky camera things.
That's what
Right?
it was.
Now
I think that was the whole point of
I
this movie.
liked it at first, but that's all they kept doing through the whole movie
Mm-hmm.
with these long shot with these handheld cameras, and I'm like, dude, it felt like Hardcore Henry. Only it wasn't first person, but it felt like first person, right? Because you're standing there watching these two fight. Or watching this guy shoot down the hallway and hide over a crate every 5 feet that's down the hall as you're going back to the. I don't know. The movie, the story didn't make sense, and now that I know that it's a sequel,
it makes sense now.
It makes sense now that I'm like, there's got to be something I missed.
Because you're just throwing right in. You're like, what?
Yeah, you dive right in with that stupid whatever that operation was where they find nothing in the crate or whatever. And, and I'm going, okay. And then they end that. And I'm going, I had to go back and watch that like 3 or 4 times because I was like, okay, was there something significant there? Because, and I don't know if I'm spoiling this for anybody. And so if I'm spoiling it, plug your ears. But Tom Berenger's like, hey, you lost your whole team. And I'm like, was that related to that? or was that something else? And I'm guessing that was now from the first movie. So, that's interesting. Caveman, I got to tell you, was glad to see Tom Berenger got work, but good God, he was awful in this.
Everybody in this movie was awful.
Tom Berenger, it seems like a good actor to me. So
Yeah.
when I don't expect Scott Adkins to be a good actor. I don't
he's
expect
terrible.
Michael Jai White
Yeah.
to be a good actor. I
He's
expect
terrible.
Tom Berenger to be decent, and he shit the bed. So I was more disappointed by him than I was by any of the other cast, because Scott Adkins, I don't watch Scott Adkins for his acting ability. I watch him for his fighting.
I
He was
looked
in
at
John
Scott
Wick,
Adkins.
wasn't he?
Yes.
He was the German fat suit guy
I was watching
in John Wick 4.
I looked at Scott Adkins' resume, and most of his is basically all action movies. And isn't he a martial artist as well?
Yes, he's a very good martial artist.
Yes, and that's pretty much all he does. And when I'm watching this movie, if I may add, this movie played out to me like a video game.
Yeah, like I said, it looked like it was a first-person shooter. Like it was.
Yes.
And
the whole airport
and
scene,
Scott Adkins was just on his team. Yeah, it was basically a one-man army. So Nate says they messed up. They should have called it shot, one more shot, two more shots, three more shots, unlimited shots. No, it should be 1, 2, 3 drunk.
Yeah.
One more shot pros. I love the one take scene. See, I like the long shots, but I think they overdid it. It's like that's all they did here were just these long one shots.
And the best actor in this whole movie was the wife, and that's not saying much.
Yeah.
You got most
she was
emotion
the
out.
one I was rooting for. I was like, just don't kill her. Everybody else can die. I don't care. The one girl, Lomax. Oh my goodness, she was like
knew right away who the bad guy was. There was no
right. You knew right away. Reminds me of Chris Hemsworth in Extraction. Hey now, watch it.
Chris, that's better. Way much better than this.
The first Extraction, he wasn't so good, but I did like. Well, actually, I liked them both.
I liked them both.
I liked them both. I thought the action was way better. The way it was shot was similar to Rope with minimal edits or hidden edits. Okay. Yes, he was Boyka in Undisputed. Yes. And he actually had his own in the Undisputed franchise. He had his own movie, which was Boyka. Speaking of Undisputed, what is up, Brian? It's good to see you, my friend.
Right.
Love
hey,
that.
Brian, how's it going?
But this is, I don't know. I didn't hate the movie, but
I wouldn't say I didn't hate the movie. I would agree with you on that.
But I enjoyed the action for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
The acting was horrible, but I expected it, except for Tom Berenger. I wanted him to do something. And I felt the story was confusing, but now that I realize it was a sequel, I get why that was confusing to me, because I didn't watch the first one.
I had no idea.
So Jay, you watched the first movie, right? Did you see the first one?
Well, here's how it happened. I watched this one more shot first, and then I found out
the beginning of him being naked and getting arrested.
Yeah. Well, and
here's what happened.
I'm throwing my hands up in the air on this because
it wasn't my fault. I didn't do it, officer.
I had no idea that there was this was the first movie. Because I was like guessing what the fuck is going on here, and you can use this as a soundbite if you want to. What the fuck is going on here? And so after I watched this, I went to Wikipedia and I looked this up. I'm like, oh. So I went to Hulu and I watched the first one, and it was the same shit. It is. It's the same shit. So it's like, why? What was the point of doing the same thing? They come and make this movie and doing the same thing. It's all shaky camera, all one. It's the same thing. You could go watch it if you want to, waste your time and watch it, and come in and watch this again, waste your time.
Yeah.
And of course, when they make the third movie, it's going to be the same thing. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. I think it's going to be going to be the same thing. I know that I'm not missing much as far as score wise, because it might raise the story score up a point or two, maybe. Yeah. But otherwise the movie is what it is, and it's not good by any means, but I could sit there. I sat there and I watched it, and I was entertained, but I don't need to revisit it. It's one of those things.
It's a one-time watch. It's a one-time watch movie, and if Right. If people really like their action, if people really like this kind of action movie, they might enjoy it.
But the action's not good though.
Yeah.
It felt
I
very
thought the
clunky.
action was okay. I was
felt
disappointed
clunky.
that Michael J. White only had one fight scene
Mhm.
in the movie. And I'm going to spoil that for you people because Michael J. White is a great fighter. I
agree.
like to watch his action, especially in the Undisputed series. But Blood and Bone is another one. I love him in that movie. But and of course he was Spawn before he got all jacked. But yeah, he had one fight scene, and I really would have liked more of Michael J. White versus Scott Adkins through the whole movie. Except Scott Adkins was just beating, grunts through the whole time, and then runs into Michael J. White, and then there's a fight.
I like long shot movies too. I like long shot movies too, like 1917. Like 1917, that worked really well for that movie. That movie,
that was a fantastically shot film. I'm gonna go close to that. With London Has Fallen, there was a long shot with Gerard Butler, and I think that was better shot than One More Shot.
Have you seen Men of Children? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Children of Men.
Children of Men. Did you see?
Yeah, with Clive Owen.
Shot scene.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Awesome. That was
Ronin, that long car chase scene.
Yes,
that's all one shot. I thought that was fantastic.
This one, it was. Sometimes it worked in part of the scenes, but after a while, it just got old.
Yeah. Like I said, the first couple times I was like, "Oh, this is cool," and then I was like, "Okay, it's getting too much. You gotta, come up with something different." I hate shaky cam, especially when I feel like I need an airbag. Yeah. I'd rather pick Accident Man over One More Shot. Accident Man was fun. I enjoyed that one. I'm still waiting for Night Has Fallen. I think that's going to be the next in that franchise. I don't know if they're going to do it, but
I think they are.
I think they're coming. I think it's going to be like 2026 though, but I think it's coming. But yeah. Yeah. Let's go to our highlights on this so we can close this out. Okay.
What'd you guys think of that ending? We didn't talk about that.
This should have been the ending, and it should have been.
Well, and that's again. I didn't know there was going to be a third movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, why end it like that? What the hell? You didn't give me any closure with what was going on.
You just get that phone call.
Yeah, you get that phone call, and then no idea what happens with the bomb. And there's so many openings here that I was like, okay, nothing makes sense. I would have liked, if this was going to close out, which I know now it's not, then I would have liked something to have happened. Some kind of twist at the end, I'm just going to say.
I thought I fell asleep and I missed something. So I was like, no, I didn't fall asleep.
All of a sudden it goes, One More Shot, and then it rolls the credits, and I'm like, that was it? Wait, what did I miss?
I was like, damn, that's terrible.
Fallen. The final will be I've fallen and I can't get up.
Do you feel kind of like you're committed to watch the third one in a sense?
No, not at all.
No, I don't feel like watching the third. I'd watch the third one just so I could figure out what happens next, but that's only because I have OCD. Would I consider One More Shot as his weakest film? That's an interesting question, Prince. Can you guys think of another Scott Adkins movie that's worse than this one?
Not really.
And I can't. So that's not off the top of my head. I mean, I can think of weaker films where he was in it, but not as the main character.
Right.
I liked Accident Man. There's Max Cloud, which was kind of based on a video game or something, and I enjoyed that. I thought that was fun. Legend of Hercules. See, isn't that the one with Kellen Lutz? And if I wouldn't consider that a Scott Adkins movie. But that was awful. That shit was terrible. Yeah. Ninja 1 and 2 were fantastic. I loved those movies.
You've never seen them.
Yeah. Hey, good shit right there. See? Yeah. No, if you guys get a chance, those were Scott Adkins' best movies. Ninja and Ninja 2. Those were
That was earlier stuff. Wasn't
amazing. That's earlier stuff, like 90s stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay.
yeah, he's the main villain though. Okay. But yeah, no, Legend of Hercules was awful.
I suspect the score's going to be
Kellen Lutz is Hercules. I'm just going to end it right there and say, now you guys know that it's going to be bad.
Are these all like Walmart DVD bins movies? I have never heard of any of these.
Well, probably. They were probably Walmart bin movies at one point. We'll talk to Bin Buster about that and see where they ended up. Because he likes checking out those Walmart bins. Would have been nice if at the end the director leaves a statement that instead of making and releasing the third film, you'd get free popcorn on your visit. Okay. Now I want Jackie Chan and Scott Adkins in a movie now. Okay. Well, we are going to get Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio in another Karate Kid movie. What do you guys think about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-go for me.
I'm in.
I'm
in. Yeah, I'm in. I'm an 80s kid. I'm in. Legend of Hercules was directed by the great director of The Bricklayer, Rainey Harlan. My heart. That's funny. All right, let's get to the highlights on this. We need to put this one to rest.
Is there any though?
Well, I mean, there's a couple of 7s and 6s roaming around in here. Not from you, but except for the cast. 7. You have a 7 for cast. You have a 7 for cast. Jay has an 8 for the trailer, 7 for ending, 7 for genre, 6s for visual, direction, sound, and subgenre. And also cast for 6. I have 7s for cast, visuals, and genre. I have 6s for direction and subgenre, and then everything else is 5s, 4s, and we all have a unanimous 3 for the acting ability. New Karate Kid win. That's a good. I think it's 20. I think it's next year, or it might be early 2026.
Yeah, I thought it was like early 2025. I thought it was
that
January,
might be
February.
That might be true. Me. Untitled Karate Kid movie 2025 is what it says. Yeah. Expected May 30th is what the right now date is. May 30th. So that's coming around my birthday next year. So,
oh, hey, if you want more movie news, tune in after this, after By the Numbers. We're going to be doing our movie news at 10:30 instead of at 5.
Movie news at 10:30. Well, movie news at 8:30 my time.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, by the way, happy 4th of July to everyone, too.
Oh, yeah, yes. You too, man.
Guys, happy 4th of July.
Don't blow up anything.
But the Bricklayer director definitely never taught a master class in directing. No. Pretty sure there was no master class in anything coming up. But let's go to our final scores. On
I'm afraid.
This lovely movie. Coming in 5th place, you guys. One more shot. It's on Netflix if you guys want to watch it.
Don't.
I'm not gonna recommend it, but I put an okay on it because I was like, that was okay. I'm not Rich hated it. But I think Jay and I are kind of like, kind of the same thing. Let's go to our final scores. IMDb is giving this a 5.4. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 57%, audience score 33%. Wow. Rich gave it a 42. I gave it a 55. Jay with the highest score at 60. Total average score 52.33. So yeah. I have a general rule that if Rich doesn't like it, then it might be good. And if he likes it, then it's bad. See the example of him liking Sasquatch Sunset, but disliking Beetlejuice. If you all need a guest for your news show, I got nothing going on about it. All right, hey. Nate, I will take that challenge. Yeah. And I know Rich will too. Yeah, we'll send you a link, bro.
Yeah.
35 for me. Wait. 35 for what? That's your score? Your score is a 35? Wow. I'm gonna join you in the scores. Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate that,
man.
35. That's right around
That's
where
about
Rich's
where I
score
was.
was.
So
That's right around where Rich
you
was.
liked the movie.
And he, yeah, I was like, okay, yeah. At least he knew that it was a sequel.
I didn't know.
You and I didn't.
I think I might have scored it higher, just a tad bit higher, if I would have known.
I think I'd have been like 1 or 2 points higher, but it wouldn't have made much of a difference.
Yeah, I think this is the reason why my score was a little bit, because I think if I didn't watch the first one, my score would have been a little bit lower.
I think it would have been toward mine because you and I were pretty close. We were 5 points apart.
Yeah.
I think we would have been a lot closer if I'd have seen the original or you hadn't.
I saw the second one first, then I went back and watched the first one, and it made more sense for me. So
that makes sense.
Shit's still shit.
After I watched that, I was like, that seemed like a sequel to me, but I didn't feel like looking for one.
Yeah,
looking for the original.
Felt very like that.
Yeah. I mean, I wish it would have said like One More Shot 2 or give me some kind of, because like when we were going to review Extraction 2, I was like, oh, wait, there must be a first Extraction. So I went and watched that.
Wait, you didn't think about it? First Extraction?
I didn't know there was a first Extraction.
Yeah.
I went and watched the first, when we were going to do Extraction 2, I went and watched the first Extraction.
Oh, wow.
First. And then I watched Extraction 2.
Yeah, that would have made it better, yeah.
One More Shot title does make sense because if you think about it, the first movie was called One Shot. One More Shot because he lost his team, so he's being given a second chance.
He's giving one more shot, but it could be a standalone movie.
Yeah, I mean,
by that title, like it doesn't scream title. Sequel.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't scream sequel to me. All right, speaking of sequels, let's go again. We're looking at our number 4 movie this week, and Rich, I'm going to go to you this time. What do you think our number 4 movie is?
Man, there's movie I didn't like hardly any of these movies.
Rich acting all surprised, like everyone likes Netflix movies.
I'm gonna go with the American Society of Magical Negroes.
Oh, he got it out. He got it out. That's the first time he said the whole title. That's the first time he said the whole title. I need a moment.
Awesome.
That's awesome. All right. Jay, you said A Family Affair was what you thought was the lowest. Are you going to keep that one on?
I'm going to keep that one. That's okay. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I like it. So our 4th movie this week, you guys, is, come on now, give me.
It's up there.
Is A Family. Okay, it takes a little bit for me sometimes because of my wacky internet.
You're cutting out your audio. Cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, my internet might be having some issues right now.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Did you power? Did you? Here, I'm going to do my tech support here. Did you reboot your modem? Did you unplug it and plug it back in?
I forgot you were a tech support guy. Okay. You're both tech support.
I've been a tech support guy for 28 years. I know how to reboot a modem.
Did you restart your computer?
But did you defrag on each workstation? Defrag and ScanDisk. Call me in 8 hours.
Did you ran a speed test? What did you get for your speed? I'm sorry.
My upload speeds kind of suck. It's like 8 MBS right now. So, but they said that that's well within their parameters, the ISP, and I'm like, all right, fine. Where we got here? Let's see. But the director of photography must have taken it too literally and added all the one shots. I see. God damn it, that's a 20.5 for me. The 36 minutes I saw of this was horrendous.
Yes.
That was A Family Affair. I just don't like the story for A Family Affair. Okay. Never seen it. Never will. Okay.
I'm going to go on a rant on this one.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Just whoa. I mean, I may have not have scored this as high, but I still liked it.
Okay. Let me read the synopsis. It says an unexpected romance triggers comic consequences for a young woman, her mother, and her boss, grappling with the complications of love, sex, and identity. Okay. Who wants to go first? Do we want the rant, or do we want Rich's? It wasn't that bad, but I didn't score it well. Or do you want mine?
You go with yours, Dave, first.
You go first, Dave.
I'll go first. I like this damn movie, and I hated myself for it. I was like, why? First of all, Nicole Kidman and Zac Efron kissing is uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable. I did not feel right. I don't like either of them. I don't like Nicole Kidman. I don't like Zac Efron, and I don't know what the chemistry was between those two. It didn't feel right to me. But on the other side of the coin, I love Zoe King. I love Joey King, and I love Kathy Bates in this movie.
She could do no wrong.
Kathy Bates was a superstar here as the grandma. Loved her. And I love the Joey King's best friend in the movie. The one with her. She had her own relationship troubles and stuff was going on. I ended up liking this movie. I don't understand. This is one where I was like, there's no way that I got a higher score than Rich. And I got a higher score than Rich.
Oh my God.
Okay. Jay, rant. Go ahead.
First of all, I saw the trailer. I have no idea who Zoe or Joey King. First clip I saw.
Sorry, yeah, it's Joey King.
Joey King.
Yeah.
I thought this girl was 14 years old and she's meddling with her mom's relationship.
No, she's like 24.
I thought she was a teenager girl. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And so
okay. Did you see White House Down?
Yes.
With Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
Okay. The daughter, that's Joey King.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, at times she still seems 14 to me.
Yeah.
After Bullet Train, I was like blown. She blew me away in Bullet Train because I couldn't believe how mature she seemed.
Yeah. After doing my resume research, after researching her resume, I'm like, oh, okay. I remember her in that. But
what's up, Movie Hunter?
What's up, Movie Hunter?
And so I wasn't sold on the chemistry between Nicole Kidman and Zac Efron. I just, at times I was doing this snooze. I was like snoozing. I was like, oh my God, this movie is boring. I found it boring. The only, I will agree with you on Kathy Bates. I thought she was good. Other than that,
I agree, K-Man.
Yeah, that was the idea of you, and yeah, I like that a lot better than this.
It was just I just wasn't thrilled with this movie at all. I completely forgot the whole concept of the movie. I mean, I know what the whole concept of the movie was. I don't know. I just like,
yeah.
It's like I lost interest in the movie halfway through. It was too long. It was almost 2 hours. It was almost a 2 hour long movie.
Yeah, it did not need.
They could have.
Yeah, it was 1 hour 51.
And I still wouldn't have watched.
It was 1 hour 51, and they could have shaved. They could have shaved a half an hour off of that, and it would have been fine. It's still.
I agree.
I might have even given a higher score if it was a half an hour shorter.
For me, oh, sorry, Jay. I thought you were.
No, you're fine. You could go ahead. I don't know if I could say anymore.
I agree with Dave here. This is the part I didn't like about it was the Nicole Kidman and Zac Efron. I don't know what it is about Nicole Kidman. I don't know if it's her plastic surgery that
it's her plastic. She's plastic.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that.
But is it me or did Zac Efron seem a little plastic in this?
I think he is.
Did he get some work done, or am I?
He kind of looked like that in Iron Claw too. I noticed it in Iron Claw.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was like it reminded me of Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler. How Zac Efron looked in Iron Claw.
Right, but I mean, just his face didn't
but
look right.
it looked like this wasn't right.
Mhm.
And like someone just plastered like a Zac Efron face on his face. And in the movie, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what it was. He got surgery for a broken jaw. Okay. But with that, did they like inject Botox in there or change his eye color or something? I don't know what the.
There was no chemistry between Zac Efron and Nicole Kidman at all.
No,
Zero.
that was weird.
The age gap didn't bother me.
No, that was a thing I was gonna kind of halt on this because Prince said something about that too. Because age gap's not an issue for me.
Because I'm 10 years older.
It's just the fact that.
Well, I know that was the point.
It's like watching two mannequins kiss. Is it? That's what it's.
Mannequins. Now you're talking.
Now you're speaking my language. Hold on.
Did you see how Rich's face lit up?
Adjusted in his seat a little bit.
As soon as you said the word mannequin, Rich's face lit up.
His face lit up. I didn't mean. I meant it like two plastic things, like you know.
I did like this Joey King and her mom.
I like Joey King. The way she behaved kind of makes sense with what was going on with the father.
Yes, that's what I get to is the father, and they're trying to come to terms with the mom and the dad. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it.
I'd say Kathy Bates now can play him. Speaking of the wrestler, I'd pick Peanut Butter Falcon over the wrestler.
Oh, I love Peanut Butter Falcon.
He loves Peanut Butter Falcon. I'd pick the wrestler over Peanut Butter Falcon, but I did like Peanut Butter Falcon. That was one of the ones that Rich recommended to me.
The Wrestler's a really great movie too.
I love the Wrestler.
That's the one I never seen until Dave made me watch it.
Yep.
Because I'm not a Mickey Rourke fan.
He obviously filmed this during the same time he did Iron Claw.
Yeah,
well,
I
could see that, but he definitely toned down for Family Affair over Iron Claw. Iron Claw, he was buffed across the chest, and that was a totally different lifting issue than to what he was having now. Mannequins, Rich is reaching for tissues and lotion. Jergens in a hand towel. Rich is ready.
I'm good to go.
So, sorry.
Hot tui.
Octois.
Spit on that thing.
Octois on that thing. Oh, that's horrible.
Aqua, spit on that thing.
Spit on that thing. But yeah, I ended up liking this, and I didn't.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but yeah, I ended up liking this more than I thought. I was, especially the end with the whole setup at the end. I liked that because of something that Joey King's character remembered from what Zac Efron told her.
Mm-hmm. That was great foreshadowing.
And she used that to bring them together. I thought that was kind of cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
But yeah, I just the chemistry between Zac Efron and Nicole Kidman did not work. No, and I think if you'd have given me two different characters, two different actors, or just given me someone else other than Nicole Kidman to play opposite Zac Efron, something with a little bit more personality. I don't know. It just, I don't know. But I don't think, aside from the others, I don't think I've liked her in anything.
Yeah, I mean, her older stuff I dug. I liked her. What was that movie with that remake she did? What was that?
Because I did not
was she in Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
No,
that's not her.
Was it just Invasion? There was something. Maybe.
I thought that she did an alien movie. I thought you think she was bad. Wasn't she in Bewitched too?
Yeah, she was in the Bewitched movie with Will Ferrell. I didn't like that movie.
Neither did I, but I think
To Die For. Okay. Princess Reese Witherspoon should have been chosen.
I don't like her either.
He doesn't like Reese Witherspoon. I like Reese Witherspoon. I think she's cute.
Wild. She's good in the wild.
I liked her in the wild. I liked This Means War, but it wasn't for her acting. It was just because it was fun.
Yeah.
Yes, she was rich. I like to die for.
Oh,
Yeah, it was called The Invasion. That's the one I was thinking of, like Invasion.
Yeah.
I think it was just called The Invasion or
Yeah,
Invasion.
I couldn't remember what it was called. She was good in that.
And I love Nicole Kidman, so I can't relate to this part of the convo.
I do too.
So you love Nicole Kidman, but you turn this movie off 36 minutes into it. So, okay, I just that tells me a lot, Nate.
It's just weird, her movie choices and the role she takes.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, this movie sucks. Yeah. And gosh, I don't know. I can't say anything more about it. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not great. It has some good points. It does tell a decent story.
I guess you're right. It was a remake of The Invasion of Body Snatchers. I was incorrect. My bad.
Yeah. It was a decent story. I thought it had a good ending. But yeah, I didn't like the chemistry between the two people that were supposedly in love. But I liked everything else that happened around it. So, I don't know. Go figure. But yeah, let's go to our highlights on it and flush this thing. So, I'm gonna start with Nate this time because Nate has an 8 for cast, and then a 6.
Nate.
A 6.
Who's Nate?
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Jay with an 8, not Nate with a J.
Nate hates this movie as well. So
Nate hated this movie, and I guess that's what's stuck in my head. But no, Jay got an 8 for cast, and that's your highest score. I'm sorry, I'm caught up now. And a 6 for the trailer. Otherwise, 5s, 4s, and a 2 for the acting here for Jay. So
I probably could have given a better score for the acting.
Jay kind of crapped on the acting, but Rich, you gave it a 10 for cast because I mean, there's a lot of recognizable people. I mean, I was a 10 almost instantly with the cast. 7 for acting, 6s for ending and story, and then 5s across the board for everything else. I have a 10 for cast, 7 for acting, 7 for ending, 7 for visuals, 7 for sound, and 7 for subgenre as a romance. But as a comedy, everything else is like 5s. So let's go to our final scores on A Family Affair coming in 4th place, you guys. IMDb is giving this a 5.4. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 41%. Audience score 30%. Jay gave it a 49. Rich gave it a 51. I have the highest score with this one at 65.
Wait a minute.
For a grand total of 57.67.
2 points divide me between Rich and myself. Wow.
I know. I'm shocked too.
It just had to do with the chemistry between Zac Efron and Nicole Kidman. It did not work.
Yeah, and I gave a lot of weight to the supporting cast here because I really thought the supporting cast in this movie was good. All right, number 3. Jay, I'm going to go to you. What do you think is 3rd place this week?
Even though I probably gave better scores on this one, I have a feeling that it's going to be. Let me think here. Boy, I like this movie. I did. The American Society of Magical Negroes. I remember seeing this one. I really like this one, but that's right. My guess. That's my guess, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Rich, what do you think? I mean, you had American Society of Magical Negroes as your 4th.
I'm going to agree with Jay on this because I didn't score this very well.
Good. You need to call him Nate so I don't feel so bad. So just remember that next time.
Hey, I agree with Nate.
I agree with Nate. Okay, thanks. All right. Yeah. So number 3 is the American Society of Magical Negroes. And this is on Peacock right now, you guys, if you want to see it. By the way, Family Affair is on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I do think that's worth a watch. I think that's worth checking out. This one is interesting. And I want you guys to kind of just play off of this for a second because I'm going to tell you the scores are weird for the three of us. Number one, they're all over the place. Second of all, the score on IMDb is horrible for this movie.
Oh, it is.
And the score on Rotten Tomatoes, the critic score is horrible, but the audience score is actually pretty good, I think, if I remember right. So it's like it's all over the board. Yeah, it's all over the board. So, what were your thoughts? And Jay, you said you liked this movie, so I'm going to go to you first.
Sure.
What was it about this one that appealed to you right off the bat? What did you like, and were there any negatives taken away from this?
Well, let me first start off by saying this. When I first saw the title kind of threw me off. I thought this was going to be one of those, how do you put it? Slapstick comedies, like you would see like White Chicks or like the Wayne Brothers kind of slapstick comedies, if you know what I mean. Okay. Because you have David Allen Greer in there. That's, just the title itself kind of threw me off. And then I saw the trailer and I'm like, okay, this might not be bad at all. I mean, because I heard about this movie way back when it was first being announced and everything. And then I saw the trailer and I was still kind of on the fence about it. And then I saw it and I really got into it. And it really sparked my interest. And the tropes about it, the tempos, and it had me thinking. And the plot was good. And it shows you how shitty people can be, and oh boy, I'm getting lost here. And what and it was and that we had another rom-com. We had another rom-com on our hands, but the chemistry between the two people worked this time. I think in this one it did. And the people in this, the characters were great. And I did look up something on Wikipedia, because if I don't mind, they were talking about what inspired this movie, because it was saying something about the magical Negro as a trope in American cinema, television, and literature. In the cinema of the United States, the magical Negro is a supporting stock character who comes to the aid of white protagonists in film. Magical Negro characters often possess special insights are mystical powers, having long been a tradition in American fiction. The old-fashioned word Negro is used to imply that magical black character who devotes himself to selflessly helping whites and throw back to racist stereotypes such as Sambo are notable savages. I won't read the rest of that, but what I noticed about this, as you're watching the film, you kind of saw things like if you saw the movie like Green Mile, or what was the other one with Will Smith? What was the win? The Green Mile, The Legend of Bagger Vance. They were
Vance, yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, yeah. And I was like thinking like, yeah. But I was like, oh boy, I feel like some people are going to have a problem with this movie, because they're going to feel like, is this going to offend people? Like some white people are thinking, oh, why are they making this? Is this going to feel like trigger white people and make it like it's a racist movie or anything like that? And I was kind of worried about that. And I don't think that was the intention that they were trying to make. I think they're just, trying to make a point that it's a satire in a sense that, this is what in sense of world that we live in, where, but I don't know what more I could say. I don't want to up anybody, but
All right.
But go ahead.
So I get it. And that's funny because when you said basically, because I took this from the first screen of the movie, and it reads: a magical Negro is a black supporting character who exists solely to serve a white protagonist storyline. And at first I was insulted. I was like, this seems like a racist movie. I'm insulted. I think black people should be insulted by this. But then as the movie progressed, I was like, okay, wait, this is not like that. This is basically, what if all the 80s and 90s movies where that was how they did, that was how the trope was. Mm-hmm. What if that was real? So this is almost like, because I'm looking at him like, dude, that's Green Mile, that's Bagger Vance. I'm picking movies out. They're talking about stuff, and I'm like, dude, they're basically thinking these movies are real life, and they actually did this for white people. And I was like, okay, so now I'm putting myself in this universe. And then the story started to make sense. And then, it became a basic rom-com where I did like the chemistry of the characters. I liked the acting across the board. But if you don't catch that right off the bat, this movie is not going to appeal to you.
Exactly.
I really think this can turn you off from the jump. And I think that's why, number one, the separation between the three of us in the score, and number two, the separation in the scores that you see online and the reviews. Crazy stuff. But Rich, go ahead. What are your thoughts on this one?
Okay.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike? I'm glad you're here again this week. What's up,
Hey, Corey. Hey, Corey and Mike. What's up?
Good to see you, Corey.
We're watching fireworks. I think ours might get canceled tomorrow. This was the storm again.
No, we're not allowed to have fireworks at all.
Well, you're dry as hell.
It's this fire season.
But okay, I get everything what you guys say. I do, and I was down for it. But man, this is just my opinion. I got tired of the victim. The like towards the end, where he's on stage.
By victim, are you talking about Jason as the victim, or are you talking about Justice Smith's character?
Justice Smith. I don't. That's just something that irritates me. Don't play a victim. I just don't like that. But the rom-com part, that's the part I liked. Again, love story. I like how he fell in love with that girl.
Fell in love, and then he wasn't allowed to pursue it because the other guy was going to pursue it.
Yeah,
I kind of dug that.
And then I love the quick little foreshadowing with the ring. I thought that was kind of cute for a second.
Okay.
But I don't know. There's just, this movie wasn't for me.
Okay, I get it. I get it, and that's fine. And I think there's a lot of separation here, and this is why I wanted to have this discussion with you guys, because I ended up being kind of middle of the road with it. Where at first I wasn't liking it. In the beginning, I didn't like it. It wasn't progressing the way I wanted to. But then as the story went along, I was like, okay, I'm getting a feel for this. I'm starting to understand what's happening here, and I get it. And then I got to tell you, the monologue that Justice Smith does on the stage at the end, and I know you touched on it, Rich. That's my favorite part. I loved that too. I loved that scene. I was like, and because it's not, and you look at the title of the movie and you look at the trailer and you think this movie is about race, but it's not.
That's what I thought at first too.
I mean,
I don't think it is.
It uses race as an arrow in your quiver, but there's so much more underneath. It's about standing up for yourself, is what I felt. It was about this kid who I think Justice Smith is becoming the new Michael Cera character.
You're exactly right.
Because he does the kind of these goofy things, and he's got who the hell sculptures with yarn? I mean, come on, who uses yarn as sculpture? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
You're not going to make any money sculpting with yarn. I'm sorry, but my grandma didn't make any money. My grandma doesn't make any money. Justice Smith's not going to make any money sculpting with yarn. It's not.
But when he's
And
standing
basically
there next
he
to that,
curtains with yarn. That doesn't make any sense.
I was laughing at that part. I
That was
thought that was
funny as hell. I was like, yeah, and they're like, is that yarn? He's like, yeah, it's yarn. And it was like, okay, great. So nobody's going to buy like a curtain of yarn. But because I was like, what is he fixing? Because he was doing this with and I was like, what is he working on? What is that? And it was like yarn. And I'm like,
I should tell you, I don't know if I didn't mention this, but when I was reading that quote, that phrase, the person that coined that phrase was Spike Lee.
No, I don't like Spike Lee.
Oh, I love Spike Lee. Spike Lee's one of my
favorite.
favorite.
He's not a fan of Spike Lee. I could take him or leave him. I mean, I love do the right thing.
Favorite directors. He's one of my favorite directors. Malcolm X is my favorite. One of my favorite. My favorite.
Malcolm X is fantastic.
You know what? Don't judge me. I have never seen that movie. I have it sitting in the 4K Criterion.
I've
not seen that yet.
That's a fantastic movie.
School Days. If you have to see School Days, because if you watch School Days, he makes homages to a lot of movies that he watched when he was that inspired him. When he to become a director, there's a lot of tropes in there that inspired him.
He did Do the Right Thing, right?
Yeah, Do the Right Thing is a great movie.
I like that.
I like Do the Right Thing.
And that's the only two movies of his I really like. Outside of Malcolm X, because I haven't seen it yet.
But Malcolm X, you would like Malcolm X because that is one of Denzel Washington's best amazing performances.
I can't wait to see it. I just have to wait till I get to my M's.
Inside Man is a banger too, like Nate says it is.
Which one's that? What's that about? Is that
that's the robbery one with Denzel Washington and Clive Owen, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
Oh,
that was great. I enjoyed that.
I don't think I've seen that.
Was it the 24? Was the one with oh goodness gracious, 24 hour, 25th hour. That's it. 25th hour. Help me out, Nate. Who's the actor in that?
I don't know.
It's Norton, right? It's Edward Norton.
Ed Norton. Yeah, that's an amazing movie too.
Rich once again hates a director, and he hasn't seen any of his films.
Oh, you gotta watch. You gotta watch some of the Spike Lee movies. You might get more insight. I mean, just because some of the. I mean, I don't know what made you have a resentment. I mean, can't stand Spike Lee, but he does great films. I like some of the stuff that he did released on Netflix is great, but he's got great movies. He's a great director. His Criterion stuff is great.
I'm looking forward to watching Malcolm X.
Oh, you'll like Malcolm X. Some of the things might come out there are controversial about Malcolm X, but I tell you what. But getting back on track about this movie.
Let's get back on track against the American Society of Magical Negroes. I do think this is something that's worth a watch. Yes. I think you'll either be turned off right away and you won't watch it, in which case okay, that's fine.
See, I think the first half is great. The first maybe 30, 40 minutes of it is pretty good.
There's a fine line between using race as a trope or talented writers, directors, and actors telling their story. Yeah, I agree with that, Mike. And I was kind of the opposite than you, Rich. I was like, I wasn't happy with the first part, but I was liking it. I liked the second half better than the first half. Because the story came together for me better. I don't know. But at first I was like, no, heck with this. And this was my pick. I picked this movie because I wanted to see it in the theater and I didn't get a chance. Because it played for a week and it was gone. And I didn't get a chance to watch it in the theater. And I'm like, dang it, I wanted to see this. But I was thinking this was, I had misconceptions about this movie too. I thought this was more, and I'm just going to say Harry Potter. I thought this was more magical. Like there was going to be more spells and stuff. But there is stuff like that in here, but it's not the way you think. And that kind of threw me for a loop at first.
That's what it like you did, like I did. I had to loop up with it as well.
Yeah.
I was thinking that well, like I said, I thought it was going to be a goofball comedy, and then when I saw the trailer and then I read in the synopsis, and I thought, oh boy, there are going to be some people that are going to really have a problem with this because they think because the trope it's going to be one of those racist movie. And after I watched it, I thought maybe people are not going to have that much hate for it because of as the story played out. It just basically it was just about this one dude that was pretty shitty. He didn't really have a race issue per se. He was just a shitty dude.
Yeah.
He was a flat out shitty dude. I mean, the more the movie played out, the more shitty it showed he was.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to give the plot away, but that's what it was.
Yeah. All right, let's go to our highlights on this. Rich, I'll start with you. It seems obvious that you have the lowest score of the three of us. So you have an 8 for the cast, and then you have a 6.
Good cast.
You have a 6. It has a good cast. You have a 6 for the acting, and then everything else is 5s, 4s, and 3s. Jay, you have 9s for visuals, direction, sound, genre, and subgenre. 8s for cast, acting, trailer, and story. 7 for ending. So this is a one of your top movies this week.
What do you have?
I have 7s for cast, acting, and visuals. And I have an 8 for the ending and an 8 for the story because I like that. And then a 6 for genre. Other than that, it's 5s and 4s. But the trailer didn't appeal to me, so I gave it a 4 for the trailer. But coming in cold, just seeing the poster and the people that were in it, I was like, I want to see this in the theater, and I never got the chance. So I am glad I watched it. I'm glad I had the experience with it. But I think this is a one and done for me.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think I would watch it again. And I don't think I'd buy it if it comes out on physical.
Oh, God, no.
Or when it comes out on physical. Because I do think it'll be released on physical. I think it comes out soon.
I probably get it on digital, maybe. I don't know if I get it on physical. I don't know. It depends.
Okay. Well, let's go and check out these final scores because this is interesting. Let's check out the final scores on the American Society of Magical Negroes coming in 3rd place, you guys. Check this out. IMDb is giving this a 3.4. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 26%. Audience score 63%. Rich with the lowest score at a 49. I gave it a 63. Jay gave it an 84 for a total average score of 65.33.
I gotta go out there and support my brothers and sisters. Wakanda, brothers.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Ibambe. It's already on shelves. Oh, thanks, Holland. So yeah, I guess it's already been released on physical. Oh no, it has. I saw it at Walmart the other day.
Ooh.
So it is already on physical release. But yeah, I'm not getting it. I'm good. I'm good with a one-time watch, but I do think it's worth seeing. I think it's something that, you know what, push your misconceptions about the title aside and just take a look at it. And then
it's on Peacock.
Yeah, it's on Peacock. If you've got that, you can see it for free. Yeah.
It's a lighthearted rom-com.
Already on shelves, and that's where it'll stay because this bombed. It did. I mean, like I said, it did not do very well in the theater.
No, it did. It didn't. But
because I went to go see it and it was like, nope, it's already gone. I'm like, dang. I don't even know if it lasted a week.
It's worth a watch, I'll say. But you don't.
It's had a $15 million budget and made 2.5 million worldwide. Shout out to Peabody, baby. Peacock, baby. Yeah, because Nate works for them. So, so yeah, we gotta shout out to them. All right, let's go to number 2. Rich, what do you think our number 2 movie is?
Oh shit! I'm gonna go with Secrets of Neanderthals.
All right, Jay, what do you think?
I'm going to go with the Neanderthal. I agree with Rich.
Yeah, you guys are both right. The Secrets of the Neanderthals comes in second place, you guys. This is a documentary on Netflix, narrated by none other than Sir Patrick Stewart.
Charles Xavier.
Captain Jean-Luc Picard. I like this.
Yeah, I do too.
This was good. I enjoyed this. It was educational. They still have to guess at a lot of stuff, but Brian says I have Peacock. I will go check it out, but the title is what it made me avoid it so far. See, that's the thing. Don't think about the title. Just go there and just clear your slate of it and come in with no expectations and just check it out and see what you think. It doesn't take too much out of your day. It was only like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah.
It's not very long.
Yeah, hour 44. So it's not bad. But Secrets of the Neanderthals, you guys, I
did love this one. I should say I loved it because
I don't remember where.
Well, go ahead.
I was just saying it's been a while since I watched it. I gotta remember what I scored it.
Yeah. So the synopsis reads: a unique excavation unravels the complex and creative nature of Neanderthals, shattering preconceptions through the lens of a landmark discovery. The best preserved Neanderthal skeleton found in over 25 years. So yeah, it basically takes all the claims, all the supposed like what they thought Neanderthals were. You know, how they were the caveman style. They weren't very smart. They didn't, how they died out, all that kind of stuff, and basically shattered all their preconceptions of what they thought Neanderthals were. And I thought that was fascinating what they were finding in that cave. That was some really cool stuff.
And the camera work in that cave. I like how where they shot the skeleton remains. I love the way they did that. That was pretty fun, cool. Yeah,
there was that like almost a CGI animation, where they show it slow, okay, and here's where the person broke his foot, and here's where his teeth rotted out. Or it was like just real detailed, like it would just describe the skeleton and what they were able to determine by looking at the skeleton.
Even what they ate too.
Yeah, with the teeth thing. I thought that was pretty cool.
Enamel off their teeth.
Yeah.
Scrape stuff off their teeth and find out what they ate and determine that they weren't carnivores, that they were omnivores, that they ate stuff too. So, dude.
And the tools. I like how they found the tools.
Yeah. The spears that they made and stuff. And then they had that guy make a spear like right there with a rock. And I was like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. This is definitely worth checking out, I think.
It is worth checking out. I mean, they have forensics and they had all kinds of scientists just proving everything.
Yeah.
My favorite part is like when they had twin brothers.
Where they're reconstructing the skeleton?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was cool. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was neat. And then they unveiled it at the end because they were showing him put the skeleton together, and then they didn't show it until the end when they took it out of the box and all the scientists looked at it. I thought that was kind of a cool thing that they did.
Fascinating.
It was neat. I enjoyed this.
This was your pick too, Nate, or Jay, or fucking David.
Jeez, you got it both. I don't feel so bad now. What do you think, Jay?
Well.
But I will say, Jay, this was your highest score.
I'll tell you why.
Of the 5 movies.
I love nature. Ever since I was a kid, I used to watch like Mucho of Omaha, Wild Kingdom.
Oh, Wild Kingdom.
I remember watching that as a kid, and National Geographic. I loved watching all that stuff. And so when you guys put this on here, I'm like, oh my goodness, we're going to watch finally a cool documentary that's worth watching on nature. And because I used to watch, the Blue Planet and all that.
Oh, I love those.
All that stuff,
Do you have the Blue Planet 4Ks and stuff? Oh, they look fantastic.
I do. It's fantastic.
I don't. I need to pick them up.
Oh my God, it's so good.
4K porn right there.
It is. It's animal. Well, I didn't want to say animal porn because that would be bad. But yeah, it's the 4K is porn. Phenomenal.
I have 2 or 3 of them.
And another thing. Oh, Rich, I wanted to tell you. Remember we watched the Blue Angels documentary?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I found a 4K of the Blue Angels air show.
Oh, really?
And it was fantastic.
Did you buy it?
Yeah, I bought it. I was like, cool. after we watched the Blue Angels, I was like, I saw this documentary, and it was just called like Air Show Extreme or something like that. Wow. But it had the Blue Angels, it had some biplanes doing stuff, but it was all in 4K, and it was awesome.
Pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. That was
a good documentary.
That was an awesome documentary.
That was a #1 pick that week, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. And God, this was interesting. The only thing,
and the fact that they went all over the world too, not just in one place.
It wasn't just the one cave. They went to France, like a secret cave in France, and they went to like somewhere off in Russia or something, and they went to a few different spots, and they were able. And I liked how they kind of went further back in time with each spot. So they were started at the famous cave, and it was like 45,000 years ago, and then it went back to 100,000 years, and then 176,000 years when they found the stalactites all in a circle and stuff. And just some really cool, just some great stuff that they had in there, what they could find. Ultimately, though, 2 questions I had really didn't quite get answered, and one was, what happened to them? How did they die off? And that's still something that they can only speculate. They can't tell, so what they did was they gave a couple of hypotheses as to, how they died off. And I was like, okay, I could kind of buy that. And then there was something else at the end that maybe just kind of go, okay, you're just guessing, but cool. So the ending didn't quite do it for me. I don't know how you guys felt about that, but I love that the whole journey that they took was better to me than the destination. I loved the whole middle of that was really awesome to watch. Yeah. I watched it twice. I turned around and I rewound it and I watched it again. Started it over.
This is worth a rewatch.
It's worth watching again. I was just like, oh man,
I can see how some people think it's boring and dry. But just hang in there because it's very informational. Yeah. I think it is.
I don't want to say, speaking of dry, but Mega Mike is in the house. What's up, Mega Mike? It's good to see you, my friend.
Hey, Mike. The one thing I'll say about this documentary, it does basically check off all the boxes for me about a documentary. It is informative, educational. Mm-hmm. You come out learning something. It does have the visuals. Like, documentaries should show you how things looked in the past. It had some animation in it. I mean, I'm not like I like animation, but it had some CGI animation, and also had some characters, how the Neanderthals looked back in the past.
It
had basically some character actors looking like
some like recreation stuff. Yeah, to where they were like
recreations is the word.
And that's a very big part of the end.
Yeah. And I was wondering if there was going to be some Neanderthal sex, because that would have made Rich really like it. But
an awesome voice actor. If you don't have Morgan Freeman, you
get Patrick Stewart.
But yeah, Sir
Patrick Stewart. He's knighted. God damn it. We gotta anoint that. So, but yeah, when I heard his voice in the trailer, I'm like, I hope he's narrating the documentary.
Yes,
because that would really piss me off. There were a couple documentaries where you have somebody's voice and then they're not in the documentary, but they're in the trailer, and I was like,
because wasn't Glenn Powell in the Blue Angels documentary trailer?
Yeah,
and he was
his voice was in the trailer, but he was nowhere in the documentary.
Yeah,
And that's the one thing that bugged me about that.
Yeah.
You guys
but
should
yeah,
get the PBS.
But you
There's
got
great PBS.
Yeah.
If you get PBS, there's awesome documentaries on there as well.
We'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah. We're staying away from Tubi's documentaries though, because they have not been good. Balls. They suck balls. But yeah, no, this was fine. I mean, it came to my score didn't really reflect how much I liked it, but I liked it.
Neither.
I was like, why? And it is dry. It's slow, but it's fascinating, and it was really interesting to watch. And I like to be, when you give me a documentary, I either want you to educate me or piss me off, and it succeeded in educating me. I learned a lot about the Neanderthals and what was going on, and spoiler alert, Neanderthal DNA is in most of us, so they didn't actually die off, right? That's what I'm thinking. But they did touch on that. Some people
think they for legit still exist.
Yeah, maybe that's what all these Bigfoot sightings are. Maybe those are Neanderthals.
Some people think across the Neanderthal.
Some people think across the board, because I was like, hey, I could see that in Sasquatch Sunset too. Some of those Neanderthals that they did the reenactment with, I could see that.
If they do a sequel, we're putting that on the show. I'm just saying.
You had Ponset, you bastard. Oh, so good. Ponset's so good. All right, let's go to our highlights on this, because this one has got some good highlights from us. So, Rich, I'm going to start with you, because your highest is our 8s. You have an 8 for acting, visuals, direction, and then you have 7s for ending, story. And then, of course, we all have a 6 for cast because of Sir Patrick Stewart, and we have to take a default for the cast if it's a documentary. I have an 8 for the genre, and then I have 7s for acting, trailer, story, and direction. And our good buddy Jay has 9s for story, visuals, and sound, also subgenre. 8s for trailer, ending, direction, and genre. 7 for acting. So like I said, this was Nate with the googly eyes. Some people got more Neanderthal DNA in them than others. I don't know who you're talking about, because Rich may have more of a connection, but I'm more hairy. So
yeah, dude, you're way more hairy, man.
I am way more hairy. I'm only second generation to walk upright, so I am definitely got more Neanderthal in me than most people. But let's go. Wait, one more check. Oh, okay. Beverly Hills Cop Axel F is on today's watch. Awesome. We are looking at that one next week.
Yep, I think I'm gonna watch that tonight.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna take a look at that one next week, Prince. So I'd love to get your thoughts on that next Wednesday. Yeah.
Make sure you come back.
Yep.
Wait, are you trying to say I'm a Neanderthal there, Nate?
I think he was, bro.
Was referring to Jay for sure.
I could barely get a hair on my chin. chin.
Dude, if I don't shave for 4 days, I'll have a full beard. Well, I mean, and it'll be white because I'm so old.
Me too, man. Me too.
I have more Native American in me than anything, believe it or not.
Yep. You got it, boys. Thank you. Awesome. All right, let's go to our final scores on Secrets of the Neanderthals, coming in second place, you guys. Bam. IMDb is giving this a 6.4. No Rotten Tomatoes critic score, but the audience score is 53. Rich and I both gave it a 64. Jay gave it an 81 for a total average score of 69.67.
Awesome.
I'm sure going to be a regular commentator now. Awesome.
Oh,
love it.
We appreciate it, man. We really do.
90 for you.
Oh,
so
wow.
you're giving a 90 for this or a 90 for Axel F? But
I'm assuming Neanderthal.
I'm assuming Neanderthal, but a 90 is a good score.
If you go to our Faces for Radio Instagram page, we have all the movies up there, so you can watch them in advance. So when you want to give us a score,
you can get in the conversation on all of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So make sure you go like our Instagram page.
So yeah, 90 for secret. So yeah, you're close to J score.
Did Grant give any score highlights for you this week at all?
No reviews from Grant this week.
Oh wow. He must have wanted to stay out of this.
Hey, I don't think he wanted to be involved with this one. with this week's list. Waiting for my rating of Axel F. Yeah, I'll be waiting for that. Now when I asked, where is it? I have it. When I asked Grant, what do you think about this week's stuff?
Fucking incredible.
Yeah. No. But what is fucking incredible is our number one movie, which we're on right now. I want to thank you guys for sticking with us. We're at 15 live. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate any of you for coming on and watching the replay. Before we get to our number one movie, we have to call out our sponsors. We are sponsored by Spotify for podcasting. They take the audio portion of our live cast and they put it out on podcast sites like Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Castbox, Breaker, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. They do it all for free. And they get us more sponsors once we get more followers. So if you guys go over to Spotify, hit a follow for us, and then you can listen to us on your favorite podcast network. Also got to call out W Energy Drinks, which we are now sponsored by W Energy Drinks. If you go to w.gg and use the code FACES4Radio at checkout, you get 10% off your order. W Energy Drinks are available now in multiple flavors, and I am trying to get ours so Rich and I can actually drink those on the show and advertise for you guys. But yeah, go to W Energy Drinks and use the code FACES4Radio for your discount. This is a weekly thing, boys. Thanks. I appreciate it, Prince. That's awesome. But let's get to our number one movie. And our number one movie, I'm not going to have you guys guess. You know what it is. Movie Pass MovieCrash. This is a documentary on Max, you guys, about the Movie Pass card. And this was interesting.
It was.
There was a lot of insights here that I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. I knew we were talking about you getting Movie Pass, right?
Yeah. I'm still thinking I'm going to do it.
I mean, well, it seems like it's better now.
Yeah.
Than it was before, because if you watch the documentary, you'll see what happened. But the whole thing with Movie Pass originally is kind of why I was reluctant to go to like the Regal Unlimited and things like that, because I thought that there might be some problems with it. But that hasn't been true. I've been having a great time with Regal Unlimited, and it's $18.99 a month for me, and I can watch as many movies as I want. So it's kind of an awesome deal, especially when we have to watch a lot of movies in the theater. But Rich, what were your thoughts on this documentary?
I really dug it. Earlier, you said you want a documentary to educate you or piss you off. For me, that checked both boxes.
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. These two founders were geniuses. I mean, then to have it stolen from them like they did, I was heartbreaking. And the guy that owns it now, I forget his name. It made me happy to see he got it back and then is doing what he wanted it to do. This is just so good. And it's a great commercial too, because it's going to get me to sign up for a Movie Pass. And these dudes should be going to jail. These two motherfuckers, like that one dude, he just looks like a fucking weasel. Am I wrong to say that? He looks like a fucking weasel, right?
Same guy that, like, when we were watching the VidCon.
Oh yeah.
It felt like the same kind of story, but with Movie Pass, because those motherfuckers pretty much did the same thing. They were taking in the money but not putting it back into the system.
Yeah,
and then the dude that went to Coachella, that made no sense.
He paid like $1.1 million to do Coachella, and they're a movie company and no business doing that. And the guy turned around and embezzled $250,000 off of that. So he's in jail. He's actually convicted.
See, those
but
other
yeah,
two
there's
pieces
still
of shit should be in jail.
there's the other two pieces of shit, and Mike Lowe, same last name as me, hopefully not related, is one of those pieces of shit.
Yes, it's Stacy Spikes that is the
Stacy Spikes is the one that owns it now.
Yeah.
What's up, Evan?
What's up, Evan?
Hey,
I hope
Evan, how
you're
you
doing
doing?
good, man.
It was bullshit what they did. They basically they were trying. The two guys that started it were trying to get founders and backups. If I remember right, and because they needed help to get this movie
Awesome, brother.
Going.
Yeah.
And then they said, "We got this," and these two investors like, "Fuck you guys, you could go ahead and leave now. We got this." It's like they pushed them out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I this is something that really needs to be talked about. How if you don't watch how wealthy people are, the wealthy will just screw the little people. That's what they did to these guys that knew what they were doing. They had a great concept, and these guys that had the money, all they wanted to do was just take, and then they threw these two founders out and had no idea what they were doing. All they wanted to do
to fire them, dude, like they did.
To fire.
Yeah. Especially Stacy, he was like, "Hey, I see a real problem here," and the guy's like, "Oh no, you're out. We don't need you anymore." And it's like, I invented this. This is mine. But that's what happens, and that's what happens in the corporation business. You're like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna like merge with somebody," and something like that. The company that I used to work for was like that, where we would merge with a company, and then either we would get swallowed by that company, or we would swallow the company and take it over and be in our name. And it happened like back and forth so many times. This was no different. Only the people who invented this, who wrote the app and actually got like the first time, they were the ones that were ousted by these fucking con men.
That's what they were. Con men. Yes.
And I mean, and the one guy at least apologized, but he was like, I really thought that this guy was going to be good. And no, you shit the bed on that. That's not a cool idea. It just did not. Yeah. They made a buttload of money with $9.99 a month for unlimited movies, as Nate said, because he watched a whole bunch of movies, but that's going to come and bite you in the ass, because sooner or later that bill's going to come due.
Yeah.
And that what happened was that bill came due and they disappeared. They were like,
that's kind of very similar to some of the streaming services now, where you get those, they're spending all this money on content and they need to start raising prices. I don't like Woody Allen, so.
Yeah, he's not a Woody Allen fan. I'm not a Woody Allen fan either. I don't even like Midnight in Paris, but worst director of all time, I don't know.
But
I don't think I would say that. People are also using it wrong.
Yeah, people were using it wrong. They were going to see the same. People were going to go seeing the same movie over and over again with it, and
that's not a secret, Brian. Everybody knows that.
and some people were going to movies over and over again, and then so they start putting a cap on it, from what I understood.
Well, yeah.
From what
they started like. And the whole thing with Mission Impossible Fallout, that was something I didn't know about, where they like made it so nobody could see that. That was kind of weird.
See, I
Yeah,
like the way
Nate,
they
it
do
was a
now.
debit card. When you checked in, it would load $20 on it. Then you would buy your ticket, and then people would use it to buy concessions. Right. And it wasn't for concessions. It was just supposed to be for movie tickets, right? So people actually buying groceries because they were debit cards, because it was a MasterCard or whatever, so you could use it to do anything you wanted to.
Yeah.
Or premium tickets, yeah.
But I love the concept that they had going, and
I even like how it is now, because I've been looking into it. Cause I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it. You get credits. You can see so many movies for $10. I think it's 3 or 4 movies a month, and then $20. It's like 5 movies. I could be wrong on the numbers, but it costs more credits if you see it in prime viewing time, like say Friday at 7 o'clock. You use more.
Will allow
credits.
you to see IMAX movies?
No, this is all just regular
format.
Yeah,
So
regular theater tickets.
Nate says his friend used to buy Chipotle with it.
He caused the downfall.
Well, yeah, a lot of things fell down with Chipotle. There's a lot of downfall with Chipotle, and it usually happens in my toilet. But actually, I've never had Chipotle.
It's pretty good. I like it.
I've never eaten Chipotle ever.
I've had it once.
If I want to make a burrito, I'll just make it at home.
There's a couple of good independent burrito restaurants here in Des Moines that are much better than Chipotle.
We have one that's local here that's pretty fucking good.
Pancheros is better than Chipotle.
Oh, Pancheros is nasty, bro.
You don't like your Pancheros?
No. This shit always looks spoiled. No, I don't like Pancheros. No.
Oh, here we go. Pancheros is good.
No.
I've never heard of Pancheros.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about. Talking about Iowa food, loose meat sandwiches.
Oh shit! Here we go.
But
anyway.
But yeah, no, I was just.
I'm not talking about Iowa.
I know there's a Chipotle. Well, I don't want to talk about Iowa food because it's like, food talk, my favorite segment. But yeah, this was, this was good. I think this deserves to be in the top spot. I agree. This one, like Rich, you said, because that was the one thing I was going to make a point, was that documentary needs to successfully educate me or piss me off. This one did both. One of the things that pissed me off as a tech support person from my roots, the way that they treated their tech support was fucking awful.
They did.
And that upset me. I was like, oh, I can't believe you had a 7-person tech support team and you had no fixes, nothing. And so they just had hundreds of thousands of tickets just piling up. And oh man,
they were like, if I remember right, they were approaching them like, hello, there's a shitstorm going on over here. Hello. And
they're
like,
at Coachella.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, don't worry about it. We got it. They're pretty much telling them that. And
oh, it's okay. Don't do anything. And then the shit,
that movie money on the movie Gotti.
Yeah. That was a pretty bad movie too.
Never seen it. I don't like John Travolta, so
I haven't seen Gotti.
I've seen Gotti, and it is Gotti.
I tell you what, that Gotti and what was the other one? Battlefield Earth. Battlefield Earth.
Ooh.
I haven't seen that one either. I heard that movie's really bad.
I liked Battlefield Earth better than Gotti. I'm just gonna say. But yeah, Battlefield Earth is bad, bro.
So bad. Oh shit. Sorry, I forgot. I gotta charge my iPad. I forgot to plug my iPad in. That's all. We're good.
All right, well, let's go to our highlights on Movie Pass MovieCrash. You guys, it's on Max right now. I definitely recommend watching this.
Oh yeah.
It was a really cool documentary.
It's on Max.
Yep, it's on Max. It's available right now. So yeah, check this out. Jay, I'm going to start with you. You gave 10s to trailer, ending, story, visuals, and direction. 9s to sound, genre, and subgenre. Rich, you gave 10s to trailer, ending, and story, 8s to acting, direction, and genre, and a 7 for subgenre. I gave 10s to ending and story. I gave a 9 to direction and to genre, and then 8s to acting, visuals, sound, and subgenre. So we're all right there. Good scores across the board from us. Prince has given it a 99 just because it will be educational for me. Good job.
It is educational.
The first movie I ever saw with my movie pass was a horror movie called Friend Request. I own that one.
That doesn't surprise me, Dave.
I'll give it a retroactive 10 out of 100 on your system. Oh, one's across the board, huh? Okay.
Movie Pass is, like you said, educational. It will leave you educated and pissed off at the same time.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
But it's also a great commercial. Ain't gonna lie. It worked on me.
And it leaves you happy at the end in a sense.
It
But
does.
Yeah, I like how it ended up.
Mm-hmm.
I still like to see what happened with those.
I want to see
fuckers that.
I want to see karma hit those two bastards.
Karma, yeah.
They're still waiting for their comeuppance. They're still waiting for their trial.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that Stacy is back at the helm, and I'm glad with the outcome of the documentary, which I want you guys to watch because it does end well, and I like how Movie Pass is now. So that's something that because Rich even said works well as a commercial because he's more interested in getting Movie Pass now because of that documentary.
Right. Just to support that dude anyway, because he's like somebody.
He worked so hard at this, and to have it like he got shot in the face. It was like Departed. He got shot in the face for it, him and his partner, and then to have him. Okay, we're gonna okay, I have an opportunity to get this back.
Yeah,
I am. I'm proud of how he stuck with that.
Yeah, me too.
My rating system is out of 100. So our rating system is out of 100 too. But we look at 10 aspects and we score them on a 1 to 10 scale. So one of these times, Prince, check out our stuff and you'll see what we look at and what we rate on a 1 to 10 scale.
I think I'm gonna throw a pic up on our Facebook page or our Instagram page, and so they see the categories. Just throw it up there. So.
I've got that sitting there in the intro, so I could take a screenshot of that and shoot it to you. So
do that.
We'll put it on the Faces for Radio page,
and we'll pin
on
it
Instagram
as the first.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But let's go to our final scores on Movie Pass MovieCrash. You guys coming in first place, and I think it absolutely deserves that spot. IMDb is giving this a 6.7. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 88%. Audience score 79%. Rich gave it a 76. I gave it an 80. Jay gave it an 88. Total average score 81.33. This is fantastic, you guys.
That's my best score out of them all.
Yep. I think it's all of our best scores, actually.
Yeah. I scored a lot of movies shitty this week.
You did. Last week, too. The last couple of weeks, you've been kind of in a bad mood. I mean, we haven't had some good movies, but you've been in a bad mood. I got you, bro.
Do we need to get you some chocolate there, Rich? Or some
Rich needs to increase his serotonin levels, so we need to give him some chocolate.
Just need boobies.
Just boobies. It's the same thing. Whether it's boobies or chocolate, it always levels out your emotions, and that's fine.
Or do we need to go like rob a mannequin from a shopping mall?
We need to go to Macy's and take a mannequin.
Yeah, you guys are gonna let me live that.
Not Old Navy though, because they cut him off at the neck, and I don't know if Rich can handle that.
No, I don't. That's too weird for me.
He just needs a torso man.
I was gonna say he just needs the bottom half, right?
I like boobs, bro.
Here we go.
I like boobs. Oh.
Nate, you missed last week, man. You missed last week.
Get this man a loose meat sandwich.
Oh shit.
Wow.
That's right.
Oh fuck.
And in the meantime,
Grand.
In the shirtless rant for Rich.
Kills the mood right there.
Boy, yeah. Better than on the bed frame or getting that foot cramp. Never mind. We'll get to that in a second. I hate getting the foot cramp.
So next week's movies, guys.
Next week's movies. What have we got?
We got Axel Foley, Beverly Hills Cop Axel Foley on Netflix. We got Space Cadet on Prime Video. We got Am I Okay on Max, which
I'm not okay.
Dakota Johnson, and I dug that movie. It's on Max, and Cold Copy on Netflix, and on Blu-ray, Book of Clarence. Those are our 5 movies next week.
Yep. Book of Clarence. I bought the Blu-ray. I blind bought it, so I definitely I'm gonna watch that.
I watched that like a while back, and I need to rewatch it because I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Someone's happy about
Dakota Johnson. Oh,
whoa! Okay,
calm down. Whoa, calm down.
I'm a big fan of Dakota Johnson. I just watched 50 Shades of Grey for the first time a couple days ago. Oh my God, that movie's terrible. terrible movie. But oh my God. That's all I'm saying.
But oh my God. Terrible movie, but oh my God.
Right.
What was that? What was it, My Friend? Or The Friend or something like that with Jason Segel and
oh, that's fantastic. Where she has cancer, she's dying.
Where she had cancer and she's still beautiful.
Yeah. She's just she's beautiful in Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah.
And she's so delightful.
Even Madam Web, which wasn't very good, but she's still pretty. But it was just
she's so delightful in Am I Okay? And then I watched this fucking movie called Daddy-O, starring her and this fucking idiot Sean Penn. I can't stand Sean Penn.
Sounds like it, since you preceded that with fucking idiot. It doesn't seem like God, I'm just taking a guess that you don't like Sean Penn.
But he's good.
You don't like Sean Penn?
No.
What the hell?
As soon as he opens his mouth outside of acting, I can't deal with him. But it's just a two-person movie.
Solid 3 out of 100.
No, anyway, Dakota Johnson, she's a great actress.
I think she's a good actress. I do. I think she's good. I like Sean Penn. I can't say, but the movie that kind of put him on the map, I'm not a fan of. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I like Fast Times.
I like that.
It was okay. I mean, of course, you got Phoebe Cates, of course.
I like Sean Penn and
I like Sean Penn in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
I like him in
oh yeah, he's okay now.
I Am Sam. I like him in
there was one
Way.
was it like the Falcon and the
Winter Soldier? No. I know what
you know what I'm talking about, right? It was like with C. Thomas Howell.
Timothy
Dalton.
Timothy Dalton.
Yes.
A Falcon and the Snowman.
Yes.
Never seen
Falcon and the Snowman. I like that one. That's been a long time since I've seen that.
That's based on a true story.
Yeah.
The Falcon.
I remember there's one. Yeah, there's one scene in there where it still sticks in my head. But okay. 3 out of 5.
Carlito's Way is a really great movie. Sean Penn is great in Carlito's Way.
Oh yeah, that is true.
He was great in that movie.
I forgot about that.
Okay.
That movie.
Well, that's
I have not seen Carlito's Way all the way through. I haven't seen the whole movie.
You forget that he's Sean Penn in that movie because the character that he plays, you almost can't recognize him in that movie.
See, I put Sean Penn and Robert De Niro in the same fucking category. The fucking idiots. I just can't deal with.
I love Robert De Niro. I can't.
I like the old Robert De Niro, his acting. I don't like his new acting. And then when they get up on their soapbox, nope. I can't do it.
I can't stand as a person, but I like his acting, and that is Oh my God, he's slipping my mind right now. John Voight. You know who he is? Huh?
Yeah, he's okay. I mean, I don't go out of my way.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
I did.
You heard the crickets?
I heard
Mystic River is good too. Like Nate says, I Am Sam and Mystic River.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you get your flush sound?
No. I got that one.
You see, Nate. I see where Nate.
I should have done that with one more shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Mystic River. I liked Mystic River. I did. Rich just hates people's politics and then hates their movies when they're good.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's hard.
I finally watched. I did see that you just watched Fight Club, Prince. I am proud of you. Finally did. I
have a hard time like separating when it's like Robert De Niro, like what he did a month or two ago, made me lose all respect for Robert De Niro. Will I still watch his movies? Yes.
What's up, Chris? How you doing, brother?
Hey, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
We're actually done. We're just shooting the shit before we sign out.
Yeah. So let's sign out. Let's get on out of here.
Let's get out of here because because we're getting ready to start movie news at 8:30 or 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah. So we're gonna get ready to start that. So we're gonna jump over to movie news and then we're gonna go live again on both of our channels. But Jay, we love you, brother. Thank you for joining us again.
Yeah, man.
On the show. And love your insights on the movies, and we definitely want to have you back. So keep an eye on the schedule. Welcome. Let us know when you want to jump back on the show.
Absolutely, I will. Thanks for having me. I had a good time. Thanks, Nate.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rich. Thanks, David.
Always my
pleasure.
And I'm looking forward to meet you in a couple weeks, man.
Actually, it's not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah.
I think Corey's got everything all planned out, I guess.
Yep. 2 hours is up, so his headphones died.
Headphones died.
All right,
you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Take care, guys.
In the meantime, good night. God bless. We'll see you next time on the Faces for Radio podcast. Bye, everybody.
Peace out.